So guys, I'm here with a very unique build here. This is Jeff from Bruiser Conversions, and they've got a pretty trick little thing here. So check this out.
So it's a 2018 JL. We've put a LS3 450 horse platform running it on the Chrysler computer up against the 8 HP 45.
So what's pretty crazy is that is not an LS1 throttle body. I picked that up right away. As soon as we saw that, I was like, man, that's crazy. That's freaking nuts, man. That's like a brain transplant with, well, more. I mean, it's
Right.
got to be a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah,
so
man.
running an LS out of a Chrysler processor, and what year processor is that?
It's a 2018 processor.
2018 processor, and you guys can tune that, and everything kind of works,
Correct.
and you're keeping all the
Correct.
CAN stuff working, right?
Yeah, all the CAN gateway still operates exactly the same, so the vehicle performs and operates as it did from the factory.
Yeah, that's killer.
About 400 more horse.
And that took you a little while to figure out, I imagine, huh?
14 months, yeah.
14 months, man. That's some due diligence right there, boy. I'll tell you what, that's freaking crazy. It looks really clean. It looks like it belongs in there. Man, it's definitely nice and clean, man.
Looking stuff too.
You got a whole lot of them here. Jeep, Jeep, Jeep.
This is my personal truck.
Nice.
This is running and driving. The other ones don't have computers. Now the guys can see the computer.
Gotcha. So no lie, it's there. That's the processor controlling the whole deal. And that's pretty sharp, man. What do you think it weighs?
So the truck with the axle conversion, suspension, and the engine weighs about 5,100 pounds.
That's really not bad. That's really not bad. And it's freaking
It's a
pretty
lot
sick.
lighter.
How big are the tires?
These are
on?
40s.
40s. Gosh, dude.
It's got 1-ton axles, UD60s, Dana product. It's got Casey Curry's suspension on it, and it's fully decked out with Fox's brand new stuff. Internal bump stop shocks.
That looks pretty hot.
It's all of our armor too, all of the fenders and corners and everything we built here in house.
Nice. Steel, aluminum.
Aluminum.
Nice.
Keep the
So
weight
that
down.
keeps the weight down a bit. I love the
That
lights right in
same
there
truck
too.
in a JK would probably be somewhere around 7,000 pounds.
Wow.
So the JL's a lot lighter.
I had no idea it was that much of a difference.
Yeah, there's 550-pound difference right off the lot.
That's freaking
Body's
crazy.
got-
No, that's pretty wicked. You gonna be going to the King of the Hammers?
Yep, this truck's going to chase at King of the Hammers.
Oh, badass. I got a guy that qualified, I guess, middle of the field or something like that. I'm thinking about going, so.
Cool.
Well, I will say this should make some power. Oh, so not only is it supercharged though, it's a 427. This thing's gonna make some pretty good power. I mean, it's not just an LS swap. It's a 427 with a Kenny Bell on it. That's definitely not just your regular like 5.3 swap. That's quite a few steps up the echelon right there. So this is a pretty baller kit though. I mean, this is basically like pretty much your ultimate LS build, right?
Yes, it is. It's an E67 twin computer application with a component we call the MISSES that communicates with the, it communicates between GM, LAN, and Chrysler. So the whole dash lights up and it functions correctly.
And what kind of boost were you expecting to see here today?
I'm not wanting to see much more than 8.
Okay, it
Pretty
definitely ought to make a
pretty-
lot of torque. That's for sure.
Pretty stoked to make it a kit package for our customers. Yeah.
This particular kit you said is somewhere around what?
It's about 30 grand for the motor and transmission, 30 to 33 grand. I mean, there's some different options, but the entire package is going to be under $40,000.
Wow. So this is a baller of baller Jeeps right here. This is pretty sick.
And it will come with every single thing that it needs to come with to assimilate itself in this particular platform. This is a 2018 JK, not JL, JK.
Mm-hmm.
And if you step out back and look up underneath the tail end of the vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
it's got a heat exchanger back there with 3 fans on it. So
Yeah, let's check that out.
there's a hump in the floorboard that we cut out.
Mhm.
It's a storage arena. And then we mounted a pretty good
gosh.
size
Look at those guys.
heat exchanger back here with 3 Durells and a shroud. It's going to keep it nice and cool. Big Dana 60, 1-ton axles, handle the power.
I like it, man. Dual 3-inch MagnaFlows all the way back. Does this have all your other gear on it as well?
It's got a long arm kit. No, this is Genrite stuff.
Okay.
This is a Jeep we call the Hybrid. It's a 1984 CJ7 front clip on a 1989 Wrangler YJ body. It's got a fully built LS7 in it.
Oh, nice. So we're going NA on this one.
Yeah, so this is up against a 6L80 with a Corvette tune in the TCM, and it's making about 642 horse at the flywheel. The really cool thing about this vehicle is it's full 4-link and it's got rear steer.
Oh wow, that is sick.
Self-centering button as well. You can steer it one way and it'll stay. You hit the self-centering button, it automatically comes back to center. Turn the self-centering mechanism off, steer it automatically goes back as soon as you let off.
That is sharp. What management do you have that one on?
E67.
Okay, cool.
It was a Connect and Cruise LS7 package with a 6L80 Corvette tuned TCU, but it was a dry sump platform that we had to convert to wet.
Okay, it's definitely got its own unique look. I really do like it. So this kind of seems just like your regular cruising, slightly modified Jeep, but no. And so what engine is in this?
So this is the new Cummins R2.8. This particular truck's a 97 to 2006 Jeep Wrangler TJ. It has an NSG 370 6-speed in it, and it is married up to the R2.8 and a 231 OR transfer case, so it makes some good bottom end power, gets real good efficiency. This particular motor is tuned to 210 horsepower, I believe. And
but loads of torque, right?
Yeah, it's making like 390 to 425 foot-pounds of torque.
How is the weight affected on this particular one? Is that a lighter motor than this type? Is it about the same weight? I mean,
actually, the motor is somewhere around 500 pounds, so it's not really a heavy motor.
Man, that would be a blast. Oh man, so it's a manual trans.
Yeah,
oh wow.
This thing probably gets 30 miles.
Dude, I thought it was an automatic 6-speed, but that sounds like that'd be a lot of fun.
It's really fun to drive. It really is.
Probably doesn't sound like a V8. Like I just made that V8 noise now.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
So this customer kind of wanted it to be obnoxious. It's a 3-inch straight pipe all the way out. Usually they're pretty quiet, but here you go.
Oh yeah, that's got definitely a diesel rattle. I like it though. You had a pretty wicked Instagram video of him doing some burnouts in a, doing some donuts in
So it was my Super Cab. It's a two-door pickup truck that I built a few years back. Started its life with an LS, and then we decided about a year and a half ago to put a little Cummins in it per demand of my customer base. So we went ahead and purchased a 3.8 liter ISF, and then I converted that into a twin turbo and tuned it out. So that one makes about 360 horse and closer to 700 foot-pounds of torque.
Oh man, that would rip.
Oh yeah,
that would freaking rip.
Check it out on Instagram. I'm sure it's still there. It's got 42-inch stickies on it, and we're doing a tight turn donut with it. We did it for the Hoonigan boys. We met them out at SEMA. They said you couldn't get in, so you got to send us it. So we sent it to them.
Yeah. So what is your Instagram?
Instagram is Bruiser Conversions.
Gotcha. All right, so check out Bruiser Conversions, and you can check out that pretty wicked little donut there. This thing has a CAN bus that is communicating both with the OEM computer and with the GM computer. So what we had to do is we had to disconnect part of that CAN bus so that we can communicate with it and we can program it using HPTUNERS. So right now, first thing I see is that we got our Bank 1 fuel trim is really, really lean. But look at our Bank 1 O2 sensor there. It's saying that there's no movement whatsoever. When I throttle, it doesn't feel lean. All right, we got our O2 sensor problem resolved, and we're going to try and see what this thing will do. So we are running a little bit hot at the moment, so we're going to throw some fans up front, try and see if we can get her cooled down and make some pulls here. Intake air temperature is 122 degrees, coolant temp 205. fuel trims looking closer, but still a little rich in some of the other areas. So this thing's got some massive wheels on it. Fourth gear runs would probably be like 140 miles an hour. I don't even know what the rear end ratio is yet, so I'm gonna find out and I can kind of calculate what the thing will run. But good gosh, man, it's got like 40-inch wheels on it. And it might have a 456 gear, I really don't know yet. All right, on the tuning aspect of things, definitely run into some bumps in the road. So the CAN bus deal, we've had to turn certain things on and off. Say for example, the intercooler pump wasn't working because we disconnected something there. Part of the communication that was tied into the Chrysler side of it. Definitely a little weird. I'm not used to all the CAN bus, you know, nuances and stuff, but we had to have some other adjustments as far as sometimes the fans weren't working. They got that straightened out. That seemed to work out good now. So working out all the bugs, especially since it's not the normal way that things are done. We're having to communicate to the GM PCM, so we had to shut off certain parts of the Chrysler PCM. It's just been a little bit of an ordeal, but we are getting there, trying to still work out some of the other bugs. We were wondering if we had a boost issue, and we are getting to the bottom of that right now. The guys at Bruiser are only about maybe 3/4 mile away, if that, from where our shop is. They don't use their dyno that often, so we're kind of having some other growing pains with not only just the dyno setup, but the setup with the Jeep. So basically, we've been kind of having some issues with power. It's been dropping power each run, trying to figure out what the heck's going on, trying to make sense of it, trying to check air-fuel ratio. Not sure if the air-fuel ratio is reading accurately. Not sure if we have a leaking tire, but we were dropping power every run. So that's usually, it's a very weird scenario, trying to figure out and troubleshoot what that might be. If you have a leaking tire on the dyno, that is something that can do that because it becomes more and more parasitic each time you make a dyno pull. So as that, I'm sure any of you guys have tried to push a car that has a flat tire, it sucks. That is a perfect example of rolling resistance right there. So we're trying to get to the bottom of it. I'll let you know what's going on here in a moment. So it turns out we might have had a leaking tire here. We're also possibly spinning on the dyno. Now I can't say I've ever used Aquanet, but this is gonna do the job for keeping these tires from spinning. And for that to spin on the dyno is a pretty big feat in itself. If you watch a bunch of videos, I know you had to have heard me say something about rotating mass, and this is an absurd amount of rotating mass. I mean, you have any idea how much do you think they weigh?
The tire?
Yeah. 100 pounds?
I'd say 80 to 100.
And it's gotta be over 80. Well, perhaps we'll never know what they weigh, but they're freaking heavy, so they're gonna eat up some power. But like I said, this thing isn't gonna throw down any sort of crazy big number because it's slinging around such a big drivetrain. We also, you saw that Dana 60 rear axle right there. That thing does eat up some power, even though it is so ridiculously strong. I know it's gonna be really, really hard to break that, but all right, we're trying to finalize our dyno pulls here. We're doing our pulls in fourth. Finally, we got all our bugs worked out. We changed the wideband. The wideband wasn't the problem, but everything else seems to be working out pretty darn good. We did have some intercooling issues. That's all straightened away now. We thought we might have had a belt issue, but nope, we're all good. So we're only making about 9 pounds of boost right now, and it makes just kisses 10 right up at the very, very top. But this is a pretty rocking setup, and it is going to roll out a lot more aggressively than the power number that it pulls. All right, so I just walked outside, and then I saw this. Holy crap, I've been wanting to build one of these forever. Oh, I want to do that so bad. I'm gonna have to come back and we're gonna have to play around with this thing. I have to see this thing run. I have to use this. Freaking jet engine, man. Oh, that's sick. Look at this. That's a sad turbo. Holy crap, man. Oh, I can't wait to use this thing. I want to try this so bad. I have to fire that thing up and see what kind of flame she puts out. All right, so like I said, I know that that number is not gonna totally wow you, but you have to bear in mind the drivetrain loss. I mean, if this were in a manual trans car, this thing would probably be dynoing like well over 700 wheel. I mean, I say a manual trans car, like a native car, like a Corvette or a Camaro, something that has a moderate drivetrain loss. We're talking 14, 15%. This thing probably has more like 35% drivetrain loss. So, you know, somewhere, I think Jeff had said somewhere in the neighborhood of like 29 to 33 or something, I'm sorry. I believe this is what he said. But very, very substantial amount of drivetrain loss. And the way that we're accelerating from basically 60 to about 120 miles an hour, it's pretty rapid. So this thing's gonna roll out a lot faster than you probably think on the street though. So guys, I wanna hear back from you about if you wanna see more Jeep stuff. Laz is a Jeep guy. I mean, he eats, breathes, sleeps, you know, trail riding, climbing up stuff and whatever. If you guys want to see more of that, please let me know. Mention that down in the comments below. I'd really like to hear back from you guys. This has really been an interesting project. I mean, this, like I said, is a top echelon Jeep build. This thing is really the cream of the crop. Crazy stuff that they do here at Bruiser Conversions. I don't know what to say. I mean, like, I can't wait to go take this thing out for a ride, but I mean, it is nasty. It's got some crazy aftermarket parts on it. Really well built. Got a lot, like hundreds and hundreds of hours put into a build like this. This thing is just absolutely top notch. They probably have over 100 hours in the build of this thing. So this one is pretty unique, but they do this day in and day out as far as the JK swap with the LS. I mean, I think there was 8 of them out in the yard right here. So I'd like to show you some more stuff of what they have to build later on down the road, but it is a really cool Jeep. I can't wait to take this thing out for a ride. You know, you don't just want to run into somebody's vehicle and start pressing buttons. I mean, you have no idea what you might hit. I mean, certain things are equipped with certain crazy stuff, and some of the Jeep guys are like way out far in like left field on some of the stuff that they have controls over and whatever. I mean, we saw the rear steer thing and all that junk, and there's some crazy stuff all the way around. I mean, I don't even have any idea what some of this stuff is. Plasma cannon and Oracle headlight, ejecto-ceto, cuz. All right, so let's just play around with the upper pillar. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. I'll just do the light bar. Cool. All right, it is silly dark inside the truck, but we're just rolling. We just left. This thing is nasty though. I just did a quick little blip of the throttle. It's hard to understand, but dude, that's violent. Man, I am not used to dealing with something that's this high up in the air. It's kind of crazy. This is a whole different ball game right here. This is weird. I gotta manually shift it at the moment, probably because of our CAN bus stuff here, but let's give that a shot here. It kind of slid around a little bit right there. That was a little, I don't know what that was about. That was kind of weird, but this thing is freaking stupid. It doesn't seem like it would be this much fun with this much power at this much weight, but I'm telling you, it's freaking fun. This is pretty sick, really. We're having some tranny issues as far as it's shifting. I don't think that they've done a tranny relearn since this has all been together, and we're gonna have to go back, add some fluid in the trans, but I mean, it freaking gets up and goes. This thing it's pretty nasty, actually. I'm not used to the big tire thing, so you gotta steer and counter steer and all that a whole bunch. Man, it's weird. That's like so unusual for me, but it is bad. I mean, it makes some power, there's no doubt. It's like we're grabbing and letting go, but we're gonna take her back to the shop. But dude, what a freaking monster, man. This thing it's pretty bad. It's really pretty sick, man. I like it a lot more than I thought I was gonna like it, so. All right, we gotta be able to just do one little quick little something here, you know. So guys, that was a lot of fun being able to tune that Jeep over at Jeff's Bruiser Conversions. Awesome project. Absolutely amazing craftsmanship and engineering. Really well done. Very impressive piece. I feel really blessed to be able to tune all sorts of different vehicles that have LS engines in them and all sorts of other different applications. Anything from sand rails to airboats to drag cars to street cars. It's truly a blessing, and I'm really pleased that you guys are loving it. Hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas, and 2019 is right around the corner. We're carrying a lot of momentum going into that new year. We're nearing 150,000 subscribers, so I'm so excited. I can't believe we just did this like 6 months ago. We just kind of started this, and things are going this awesome. So thank you guys so much. If you guys like what you see, please like, share, subscribe. It is growing because of you guys. So thank you so much for that. Also wanted to remind you about how to qualify for our giveaways. We still have a few of those left. You need to be a subscriber on YouTube. You also need to be a follower on Instagram. For the last two giveaways, which are our biggest ones, that is a Brian TOOLEY cam kit as well as an HPTUNERS MPVI 2, you must purchase something within December of some Fasterproms merchandise. So as long as you have your Fasterproms merchandise purchased before January 1st, which is when we're going to announce the winners of those two biggest prizes, the MPVI 2 as well as the Brian TOOLEY cam kit. Now, there will be a couple giveaways thereafter, but those are the big ones right there. So you only have a few more days to purchase. I wanted to say congratulations to Stephen Femilton. You won the ZL1 engine cover as well as the Ryobi. So congratulations for that. This giveaway, however, we have a 28-piece combination set, all of our Fasterproms stickers, as well as 2 of the Eagle Beam flashlights. So these things are freaking awesome. They have so many different applications, and of course, countless applications for what you can do with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you guys. Stay tuned, my friends.